Guys, today we are going to talk about a couple of different things because something crazy just happened. So the biggest Bitcoin whale just did something that is going to catch a lot of people by surprise because it doesn't seem to make sense on the surface. But yeah, let's get into that in this video, guys. Also, we are going to talk about everything you need to know right now if you're a crypto investor. So welcome back, everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. Okay, let's begin here. Before we talk about the biggest Bitcoin whale and what's been happening there recently, let's talk about Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. So what you can see is that after, going down here for a bit, we are now, finding some kind of relief here under the $43,700 orange line. Now, what you can also see is that we are making a little bit of a ascending triangle. Now, this is in itself a pretty bullish pattern. So it means that, the bears, sure, they are pushing down the price, but the bulls, they have been able to make higher lows all the time. So this means that more likely than not, we're going to see a pop to the upside. Of course, not guaranteed, not financial advice, but more often than not, this is a bullish pattern. And can we potentially see this as a breakout going on right now? So you can see that we are actually above the orange line right now. So let's see if this can close above the orange line. That is good for Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. But apart from that, things are still looking exactly as we've been talking about here recently. The long-term charts are still looking bullish. Everything is still looking pretty bullish for Bitcoin. Yes, we're struggling with the orange line here, this resistance. We did see a little bit of a pullback, but nonetheless, if we just continue to chug along here, just like I showed you yesterday, we're still going to meet some insane price targets moving forward. And once we break this orange line, that leads usually into some nice pops for Bitcoin. So everything is still fine. And this is actually some altcoin news I was going to talk about because we do have a narrative going on right now. And that is the stable coin narrative for layer 1 protocol. So we saw this first with Luna, and now Near Protocol is rumored to actually also launch a stable coin, which is going to more or less be pegged to the Near Protocol as the main kind of crypto. So in order to mint the stable coins, then you need to burn Near. So the same thing we saw with Luna. Now, this is not confirmed, this is just a rumor, but nonetheless, this is the reason why Near is pumping right now and why there's quite a bit of hype around this. Now, I did talk about Near in my portfolio video a couple of days ago, actually, in this video. So make sure to check that out if you want to know more about Near. Now, moving on, let's talk about the biggest Bitcoin whale in existence. Because what you can see here is that on the 4th of April, he liquidated 3,000 Bitcoin. Now, that's a lot of money, but the interesting thing right now is that just the day after, he bought the same amount back, 2,952. So this was on the 5th of April. So, it doesn't really make sense, does it? So which price did he actually transact or sell these at? Well, at 46,479. And where did he actually accumulate these? At 46,572. So it's almost the exact same price. So was there something that the whale knew here? So did the whale find something out here and he immediately bought back the Bitcoin that he actually sold here? I think that this is very interesting because not only this, after selling these Bitcoin, he accumulated almost 300 Bitcoin here, almost 3,000 Bitcoin here, another 60 Bitcoin here or 59 Bitcoin, and just today, another 110 Bitcoin. So what's going on here? Why did he sell these 3,000 Bitcoin just to immediately after, literally the day after, buy the entire bag back? If you look at these, actually, look at this. So this was like before midnight. And then if you look at when he bought it back, it was like 3 hours later. So in 3 hours, sold the Bitcoin, bought it straight back, which is very, very interesting. Obviously, we only know the transactions. We only see the transactions like, okay, he withdrew 3,000 Bitcoin, most likely to sell, and he got 3,000 Bitcoin back here. So we can see at the transactions, we don't actually know 100% if he did sell those, but I think it's a fair assumption that he did. And if we look at the track record, at the history of this Bitcoin whale, this is also in line with what we've been talking about previously. So What do you think, guys? Why would the Bitcoin whale liquidate 3,000 Bitcoin? And yes, he did also liquidate 1,500 Bitcoin a couple of days before that, but 3,000 Bitcoin just to immediately buy it back and then continue to accumulate here. Let me know down in the comment section. I think this is very, very interesting. So let's talk about who is accumulating Bitcoin right now. Well, it's not really the whales anymore. So the whales, you can see down here, the whales has not really been accumulating that much Bitcoin recently. But look at this, the small fish, this is mainstream adoption. They are accumulating like crazy when it comes to Bitcoin. So this is also, of course, completely in line with the geopolitical situation we're seeing right now in the world, where you're seeing a lot of tension and so on, and people have been having trouble actually transacting their money. And yeah, I think a lot of people are realizing the power of being sovereign when it comes to your financial assets. So yeah, people are definitely buying Bitcoin. This is what we see on the on-chain chart here. Lastly, I want to remind you of the CTrade competition going on right now. So just to remind you, this is twofold. So you can either make a trade and receive a guaranteed USDT. So 75% of the total prize pool, which is going to be up to 750,000 USDT. As long as you make a trade, you will be able to claim some of this bonus. Apart from that, they also have the highest profit and loss, of course. So this is going to be 25% of the total prize pool, which is up to $250,000. So there's two ways to win here, depending on the amount of participants. 50,000 participants, that is going to be the prize pool of $1 million, out of which 750 is going to be the guaranteed USDT part, and then the rest is going to be for the top traders here. So also, of course, you're able to claim a bonus over on CTrade. Make sure to check these out. 500 USDT, this amount of Bitcoin, this amount of Ethereum entitles you to the bonuses to the right here. So you can check these brackets out for yourself, guys. The links are going to be in the description. Make sure to check them out if you want to claim this up to $8,000 bonus and participate in the CTrade competition. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.